Hey, real quick before we do end the podcast, give us a little information on being the vice president of the Athletic Association.
Yeah, so that's another thing I do. Christian Taylor reached out to me at the end of 2019. He had formed this group kind of in response to the Diamond League getting rid of
Hmm.
5 events, and just feeling like there's constantly decisions being made at the top without really consideration for how that is going to impact athletes' lives and livelihoods. Um, and there's not real transparency in the decision making process, and athletes are just expected to say thank you, okay. And so Christian is an incredibly decorated athlete, and but beyond that, he is very, very humble and hardworking and very smart. And he formed this group and asked me to be a part of it. And really, he and I, through the spring, were kind of forming our board and working behind the scenes through a lot of stuff. And the goal of the Athletics Association is to just really advocate for what athletes are wanting, but to also ask athletes. No one asks.
Mm.
So we want to be able to ask thousands of athletes what they're needing and what they're wanting and what their opinion is. So we have a great board of, you know, Olympic gold medalists, world record holders, national champions, covering all different events, all different countries, male and female. And so the goal is, as big decisions are made in our sport, we'll be able to communicate to athletes, um, thousands of athletes. You know, we did a little mini version of this before we officially launched. We polled athletes, elite athletes, and asked if they want the Olympics postponed or not, or how their training is progressing. And 4,000 athletes responded to that just in our very first little attempt at it. So um, the goal is to just hear what athletes want and need, and then amplify that voice and advocate and fight for the rights of athletes, and communicate that. So we just launched kind of officially a couple weeks ago, and it's going to be, I think, really powerful and special to, yeah, tell athlete stories and be able to say, hey, we are the sport. This is for us. You're making all
Hmm.
these decisions that you think is the best thing for us, but you're not even asking.
Wow. Okay, so this was just his idea. Like he was just like, I want to form this.
Yeah. And he's like known as just an incredible, incredible athlete, and he can't even fit all of his medals around his neck. But he just was kind of sick of being uh, out of the loop, and feeling that if he's out of the loop and he's the best in the world at his
Mm.
event, and his opinion is being neglected, what are all the other athletes, the elite athletes in track and field globally, how do they feel? You know, Christian has a good voice, and he is well connected, and he has the ear of people that matter, but they don't care about his voice. And so if his opinion doesn't matter to them, to the decision makers, why would they listen to everyone else? And so I think, I commend him so much for adding this to his plate in an Olympic year, because at the time we thought the Olympics
Right.
would happen this year, and for just creating the change that he wants to see and really leading the charge. And he's a very smart, determined guy, and it's fun to get to work alongside him in this.